Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about another types of cyclone, that is temperate cyclone. Now, temperate cyclones are significant atmospheric phenomena that influence weather in the mid-latitudes. Okay, these are basically forms in the mid-latitude regions of the Earth surface. That is these two portions, highlighted portion, this one and this one. They are also known as extratropical cyclones, mid-latitude cyclones, or frontal cyclones. Okay. Location typically from between 30 degree north to 30 degree south, 30 degree to 60 degree latitude in the border hemisphere, in both hemisphere, and season most frequent from October to April. Then structure is characterized by a low pressure center associated with cold, warm and occluded fronts. Okay, now the stage 1 where air masses collide. Frontogenesis, the process begins where two contesting air mass converge. Cold and dense air from dense air from the poles moves southward. Okay, cold polar air from southward, while warm moist air from the tropics moves northward. This creates a boundary between our stationary front with winds blowing parallel but in opposite direction. Okay, cold air, polar air, and warm tropical air, opposite direction. Okay, this is stage 1 of temperate cyclone formation. Then stage 2, a wave begins to form, that is cyclogenesis. A disturbance along the front creates a wave. The warm air begins to push into the cold air region, and the cold air advances into the warm air. This initial push creates a drop in pressure and initiates a strong cyclonic circulation. Okay, this is cold polar air and warm tropical air, and this is the boundary, and this is creates a low pressure zone, and this is a temperate cyclone formation. And then the stage 3, the storm reaches maturity. Mature stage, the cyclonic circulation intensifies and the storm reaches its peak strength. The warm air moves further into a cold region, creating a well-defined warm front. Simultaneously, the cold air advances equatorward, creating a sharp cold front. Okay, while rising air over to the cold air leads to significant cloud formation and precipitation. Okay, cold polar air, warm tropical air. Then this is the moving direction of the temperate cyclone, low pressure region, and this is a warm front and this is a cold front. Cold front creates precipitation and creates rainfall. Stage 4, occlusion and dissipation. Occlusion stage, the faster moving cold front eventually overtakes and leaves the slower warm front. This process called occlusion cuts the warm air sector off from the ground. With its warm moist air source gone, the two air masses mix, the clouded front dissipates and the cyclone dissipates. Okay, like this, cold polar air, warm tropical air, it is a lifted occluded front. Okay, it's rainfall, and again like this is a low pressure zone. Okay, riding the planetary winds, temperate cyclones are driven by the prevailing westerlies. Okay, they are driven by westerlies, causing them to typically move from west to east. Okay, they move from west to east across continents and oceans. Okay, movement west to east, frequency occurs year-round but most frequent between September and May. Okay, the footprint of the storm. Despite the name temperate, these cyclones can produce a wide range of severe weather phenomena affecting large areas with diverse hazards. Then, first of all, heavy rain and snow can lead to flooding and disruption. Thunderstorms and hail. Convection can generate strong storms. Heavy rain and snow can lead to flooding and disruption. Strong winds may damage buildings and power lines. Tornadoes can be spawed in some cases. Coastal effects, large waves, beach erosion and coastal flooding. Example, Cyclone Sandy 2012, which caused extensive damage in the northeastern United States. These are some basic weather phenomena, weather effects of temperate cyclones on the Earth surface. Okay, heavy rain and snow, thunderstorm. Again, this is the same thing. Strong winds, tornadoes, and coastal effects. Cyclone Sandy is an example. Okay, which was occurred in 2012. Okay, there is a difference between, this is a table showing the difference between tropical cyclone and temperate cyclone. Okay, in terms of movement, tropical cyclone moves from east to westward. In temperate cyclone moves from west to eastward. Okay, in terms of area affected, tropical cyclone impacts a relatively smaller region and temperate cyclone affects a substantial larger area. In terms of wind speed, temperate cyclone winds are faster and more destructive, and in temperate cyclone. Winds are comparatively slower. In terms of formation, tropical cyclone forms only over warm waters above 26 degree to 27 degree Celsius, dissipates on land. And in terms of temperate cyclone, which can develop over both land and ocean. And in terms of duration, tropical cyclones typically last for up to 7 days, and temperate cyclone typically persist for 15 to 20 days. Okay, it has a large lasting impact. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and queries, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.